this. Good day, Nyiko Mangolele and Aluta Songelwa. Papa O Teng. Fellow South Africans, Parliament of the Republic of South Africa, the National Executive, the Judiciary, and all organs of state, the people of our country, and everything in it, both fauna and flora. I greet you all. I am humbled by the reality that we currently face, the reality of corruption decaying our country and its people, causing us to fight amongst one another, causing us to kill each other, causing us to live in fear and want, causing us to live opposite to the aspirations of our mother and father. Speaker of Parliament, I move in terms of Section 56 of the Constitution, and I have regard of the reality that the President, in the presence of everyone assembled at the time when he took oath of office, and in full realization of the high calling, assume as President of the Republic of South Africa, that he, as the incumbent Cyril Ramaphosa, swears solemnly, affirms that he will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and will obey, observe, uphold and maintain the Constitution and all other law of the Republic. And the incumbent President Cyril Ramaphosa solemnly and sincerely promised that he will always promote all that will advance the Republic and oppose all that may harm it. Protect and promote the rights of all South Africans. He will discharge his duties with all his strength and talents to the best of his ability and knowledge, and true to the dictates of his conscience. Do justice to all and devote himself to the well-being of the Republic and all of its people. And he raised his hand and said, "So help me God." This is what the incumbent President Cyril Ramaphosa has said. And I will not derogate from requiring you to view this matter in the prism of the Constitution. Your interpretation to it must promote the spirit, purport, and the aspirations of the Bill of Rights, or the objects thereto. We sit in a reality today where it is accepted as a common norm and practice that the DOD PESOL system must reflect a misrepresentation, and all members of the South African National Defence Force must be paid a salary to protect such misrepresentation. While the reality of our supremacy of the Constitution and the rule of law dictates that law or conduct inconsistent with the Constitution is invalid to the extent of its inconsistency, and the obligations imposed by the Constitution must be fulfilled. I have on numerous occasions, numerously, in service and defense of my country and its people, written to the office of the President through all available means and ways that are presented to all people in the Republic. You Google the contact details of the President or the Presidency, and then you speak to the people calmly, explaining your current situation as a member of the South African National Defence Force and the aggravating circumstances that one is in. But you find people are not upholding, defending, and respecting the Constitution as the supreme law, as mandated by the Constitution. It is the reality that I have to deal with as security of the country. It is the reality that I need all people to understand in terms of the Constitution and the law. It is not my will. It is the will of the people. The people of South Africa have had one too many cries as a result of corruption. I ask all of you, the Honorable Thandi Modise, as Minister of Defense, to subject yourself only to the Constitution and the law as mandated. It is true that you have solemnly affirmed that you will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and will obey, respect and uphold the Constitution and all other law of the Republic. And you will undertake to hold your office as minister with honor and dignity, to be a true and faithful counselor, not to divulge directly or indirectly any secret matter entrusted to you, and to perform the functions of your office conscientiously and to the best of your ability. And you rose your hand and said, "So help me God." A modus of operandi has occurred in the past to the detriment of our country and its people, where I, as a person, reported criminal activity, corruption and misconduct to the relevant authority as mandated by my Code of Conduct for uniformed members of the South African National Defence Force. I was persecuted and lost everything in my mandate to arrest the decline in critical capabilities through immediate directed interventions. People were told that Mangolele is crazy. Don't listen to him. The sad reality about that is the people that are entrusted with upholding the Constitution and the law. It is sad what corruption has done to our country. It is sad for us to be reading the Constitution, which dictates that people must do as according to what they have pledged to do. But they mislead that particular reality to be prone to one person, which is the incumbent Cyril Ramaphosa, and they forget the people that they serve and defend. I am security of the country. Upon the upholding and respecting and defending of the Constitution by members entrusted with constitutional duties, the personal system of the Republic, the DOD, will be corrected and the error removed, and the persons responsible for such error be prosecuted in accordance with the Constitution and the law for their conduct. Fellow South Africans, I have no wish to waste any one of you's time. We have a reality that is inconsistent to the Constitution and the law. We have a derogation that has occurred to reduce this matter of national security to a personal matter of Sylvester Mangolele Uyatelela and whatever possibilities or personalities that any other person would have, abusing the power and authority of state, using state resources and everything that the states provide to respect, protect, promote and fulfill the rights of all people in the Bill of Rights, and people are operating antithetical to that particular reality or obligation imposed to them. When you say you are the chief of the People's Navy, which people are you referring to when you are telling other people that Mangolele is persona non grata and must not come to work and then defend his country and his people as he has pledged? When all of you as soldiers are sitting in meetings that are supposed to be in accordance with the Constitution and the law and policy directives dictating the operational responsibilities and practices of the defense force being employed and upheld, you listen to a person whom you see that he has done this. Why are you in fear of corruption? As leaders to thousands of soldiers and all 60 million or more people of the Republic of South Africa. The Defense Force does not tolerate corruption. The Defense Force does not promote corruption. The Defense Force does not promote criminal activity or discrimination of any kind. The Defense Force is subject to the Constitution and the law. And those who are within the Defense Force in critical capabilities are operating antithetical to the Constitution and the law. As a result of their friendship to whoever that is their boss in their respective silo, and a silo could be the ANC, the DA, the EFF, or any other political party. Members of Parliament have forgotten their allegiance to the Republic of South Africa and its people. We cannot babysit corruption. You have employed me to seek solutions in solving for this particular X and taking our country forward. I have done so. And I say you have employed me to do this because you have taken me to school. You have paid for my salary when I was being educated. And you have supported me in every other way and form to this day. And the reality of it is that I am in your service and defense as my country and its people, in accordance with the Constitution and the law, with honor, dignity, courage, and integrity. The fact that people of the Republic of South Africa are going to be looked at based on their ethnicity, gender, sex, or any other discriminatory form is incorrect. We cannot be sitting in a position where we sustain corruption, criminal activity, and misconduct in organs of state. We cannot live in fear. We cannot live in want as fellow South Africans. We all deserve a better life. You cannot openly so, as the incumbent President Cyril Ramaphosa, say to the people that I am true to the Constitution and the law, while you know it to be true that you are employing conduct that is inconsistent with the Constitution and the law to cause me these current aggravating circumstances. I am not crazy. I am a world-class soldier. I am trained very well in the execution of my functions. I respect my manual, which is the Constitution and the law. I am the defense force, and I defend the country and its people, the territorial integrity and national sovereignty of the Republic and our democracy. Our democracy cannot succumb to corruption, criminal activity, misconduct and apartheid, while Papa O Teng. It cannot be true. And I speak with respect to all fellow South Africans, young and old. I did not choose this. I just did not choose this particular position of leadership. It chose me. I did not choose to go to court, which is called or written as the upper guardian of the children's rights, and such a court tells me, no, you cannot be with your children because we are protecting President Ramaphosa. No, you can't, and we are protecting other people. No. And any of you in any event are welcome to go and ask for the record of court in any court that I have appeared before, as it is a public record. It is a public record. Because it is true that in any event, everyone has a right to have any dispute that can be resolved by the application of law, decided in a fair public hearing before a court, or where appropriate, another independent and impartial tribunal or forum, as obligated in terms of Section 34 of the Constitution. And it is important to take note that the Constitution is the supreme law of the Republic. It commences its stance by allowing us as South Africans to recognize the injustices of our past. I cannot lead you forward without the Constitution. I cannot lead you forward as the nation and the country parallel to the reality that is corruption that holds the people that are corrupt in power. President Cyril Ramaphosa, you are indeed the 5th president. It is correct that people have voted for you, 11 million people to be precise, out of the approximately 26 million people who registered to vote for the elections that you were elected on. And those are just the statistics. Those statistics do not go away from the fundamental fact that in any event, 24/7, I, Sylvester Volane Madala Mangolele, represent all 60 million people and more in the Republic of South Africa. I do not represent the statistics that are in terms of Section 19 of the Constitution only. I represent the Constitution and all the obligations imposed in the Constitution. President Cyril Ramaphosa, I have called upon you to step down, and then you are constantly ignoring me while you lie to other people and then say, I uphold the law, I uphold the law, I uphold the law. It is indeed true that I have written a sworn statement, and then that particular sworn statement must be processed like any other sworn statement that has been processed, such as that of Jacob Zuma landing him currently in prison, and that of any other person who is currently in prison. Everyone that is in prison is there as a result of a sworn statement made by another person. And if you respect me as an equal person before the law, you would respect the sworn statement that I have made, that is currently sitting in the office of General Maphwanya as the Chief of the South African National Defence Force. General Rudzani Maphwanya has got a function in terms of Section 14 of the Defence Act. I need not to spell it out, what those functions are. And such an appointment cannot be reduced to personalities other than professionalism. I ask that we do not run the state based on emotions. I command that we run the state in accordance with the Constitution and the law. A command is exactly that, a command. There is no joke with me telling you that I am the 6th President of the Republic of South Africa. As the 6th President of the Republic of South Africa, I take the reality into account that I cannot toy-toy, I cannot canvass or ask any other person to be saying that I am voting for Mangolele to be president. No, I cannot that. Statutorily so, I am obligated to act in accordance with the Constitution and the law, including international law. It is correct that the Republic of South Africa, as of my life, and as I, being a national asset, 99004046MC, have taken over as President of the Republic. The term President of the Republic, fellow South Africans, means the head of state, the head of the national executive, and the person who must respect, uphold, and defend the Constitution as the supreme law, and promote the unity of the nation and that which will advance the Republic. Did Cyril Ramaphosa promote the unity of Sylvester Mangolele with Nyeko Mangolele and Aluta Songelwa? He did not. It does not require a genius. Did Cyril Ramaphosa come to any court where he was called to say, Cyril Ramaphosa, kindly change the terms, let us live and strive for freedom in South Africa, our land, with let us live and enjoy freedom in the universe, our home? I have asked him. I have asked Parliament of the Republic of South Africa, I have asked all organs of state to say, people, please, free my people. Free the Republic of South Africa from slavery. Let my people go. Let the Republic of South Africa promote the unity of all people united in their diversity. Let the supremacy of the Constitution and the rule of law reign. Let it indeed reign. From all corners of our country, from the mountains, the skies, the seas, including all their depths, to the core of our republic. It is important for us to understand our strategic posture in the African continent. One cannot lead something that they do not know. One cannot lead something that they do not appreciate. South Africa is in the tip of the African continent. The African continent in simple reality looks more like a tree in which South Africa is the roots. I have appreciated the first court from Cape to Cairo in the African continent as the Simonstown Magistrate Court. And this particular court was told indeed that you are releasing into society the 6th President of the Republic of South Africa. And one must understand that for a soldier to take over command in defense of the Constitution does not require a court or any authority to agree, but only facts as presented before you. I don't need permission of anyone until such time the facts are dealt with in accordance with the Constitution and the law, wherein President Cyril Ramaphosa, as the 5th President of the Republic, must come and account in terms of the object of the Public Finance Management Act and Commander-in-Chief of the South African National Defence Force. It is true and correct that the National Assembly must act in accordance with the Constitution and the law. It is true and correct that all members of the judiciary has solemnly affirmed as a judge of the Constitutional Court, Supreme Court of Appeal, High Court or any other court, that they will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa, will uphold and protect the Constitution and the human rights entrenched in it, and will administer justice to all persons alike without fear, favor, or prejudice, in accordance with the Constitution and the law, and have raised their right hand to say, so help me God. That is the truth of all judges. That is their duty to the country and its people, not one person called the incumbent President Cyril Ramaphosa. The Constitution, as the supreme law, must be obeyed by all people for us to govern our society with the governing principles that are contemplated in the Constitution. I say this so that you can understand the reality of our country and the rule of law. I say this so that you can understand something that all of us are expected to act in accordance with, but are not taught such action, because we are subjected to live and struggle, attempt and try for freedom in South Africa, our land, by the administration of the incumbent President Cyril Ramaphosa. In the Republic, government is constituted as national, provincial and local spheres of government, which are distinctive, interdependent and interrelated. All spheres of government must observe and adhere to the principles in Chapter 3 of the Constitution and must conduct their activities within the parameters of that particular chapter. All spheres of government and all organs of state within each sphere must preserve the peace, national unity, and the indivisibility of the Republic, secure the well-being of the people of the Republic, provide effective, transparent, accountable, and coherent government for the Republic as a whole, be loyal to the Constitution, the Republic, and its people, respect the constitutional status, institutions, powers, and functions of government in the other spheres, not assume any power or function except those conferred on them in terms of the Constitution, exercise their power and perform their functions in a manner that does not encroach on the geographical, functional, or institutional integrity of government in other spheres, and cooperate with one another in mutual trust and good faith by fostering friendly relations, assisting and supporting one another, informing one another of and consulting one another on matters of common interest, coordinating their actions and legislation with one another, adhering to agreed procedures, and avoiding legal proceedings against one another. An Act of Parliament must establish or provide for structures and institutions to promote and facilitate intergovernmental relations, and provide for an appropriate mechanisms and procedures to facilitate settlement of intergovernmental disputes. An organ of state involved in an intergovernmental dispute must make every reasonable effort to settle the dispute by means of mechanisms and procedures provided for that purpose, and must exhaust all other remedies before it approaches a court to resolve the dispute. If a court is not satisfied that the requirements of subsection 3 have been met, it may refer a dispute back to the organ of state involved. General Maphwanya, the Constitution obligates in terms of Section 41 the principles of cooperative government and intergovernmental relations. Do not expect me to go to the court and say to the court, General Maphwanya is unable to see that Section 105 actually means that Lieutenant Commander Mangolele is imprisoned to a period not exceeding 5 years. And the actual reality of Lieutenant Commander Mangolele is that he is not in prison to a period not exceeding 5 years. And stop applying personalities to be friends with your colleagues at work. You need to apply professionalism and then do take this particular country forward. Our juniors are scared, and one needs to take into account that not everyone's name is Sylvester Vulane Madala Mangolele. We are all soldiers. And I will give you one simple example. As all soldiers, we may run the same course or race, but the reality of it is that we will not finish it at the same time. Nor the same speed, nor the same stamina, strength and energy, or any ability after completing that course. And that is our uniqueness as people. That is what leadership takes into account. That all these people running a 50-kilometer run will not get to the finish line at the same time. They will not get there with the same strength and the same ability. Some of them might not even get to the 15-kilometer mark. And leadership needs to take that into account and provide for mechanisms to ensure that the throughput is such that the minimum standards are met at all times. We have a duty to the country and its people. We cannot continue to earn a salary as a member of a defense force who serves in the National Defense Force with loyalty and pride. You cannot stand and salute a person whom you know that is lying to you and then has caused the family of Sylvester Vulane Mangolele such aggravating pain. We don't work at work with Siyatelela or what. It pains me to understand that soldiers are held in duress. It pains me to tell the world that soldiers of South Africa are unable to say to their boss, you have done wrong when it comes to Section 105 and Mangolele, and the reality is that that is invalid, unconstitutional and unlawful. People fear, yet all of you are looking at them as the people that whom you must fear. Senior officers, commissioned officers, warrant officers, and all non-commissioned officers are looking at this particular matter. It is not that I am not angry as a person. The training has worked. The objective is met. I am functioning as a soldier whom you would find in any inscribed précis of any type of training that one has received to this particular day, being executed with absolute diligence and zeal. I am the one. I am Sylvester. I am Vulane. I am Madala. I am the father of Nyiko Mangolele and Aluta Songelwa. I am an African. I cannot run away from the reality of our true African self and us having to solve our own problems by employing our own mechanisms in accordance with the Constitution and the law. I call upon President Cyril Ramaphosa as the 5th president to come and account before the 6th president. If one believes that I am not the 6th president, they are more than welcome to sue me in that regard. It will still come back to Cyril Ramaphosa having to account. I did not take the position of president lightly. I did act in accordance with the Constitution and the law, and approached Mr. Kaso as the Secretary of the National Assembly to act in terms of Section 89 of the Constitution, and he blatantly refused. I did contact Mr. John Steenhuisen requesting access to the National Assembly in this particular regard, following the statutory terms of the Constitution and the law, because I am obligated in terms of Section 2 of the Defence Act, when executing my duties, to take into consideration the principle that in exercising any power or performing any duty in terms of the Defence Act, I must have regard of the formulation and execution of defence policy is subject to the authority of Parliament and the National Executive. When you speak to John Steenhuisen about you wanting access to Parliament, he says you need a lawyer, you need what, and you, it's like you are not a soldier acting in terms of the actual first principle that is obligated in terms of the Defence Act, the act that regulates you as a soldier, that this is the first principle that I must take. And John Steenhuisen is the official opposition of the Democratic Alliance Party. And you are tabling a matter to him in terms of Section 56 of the Constitution to say your opposition or the ruling party, which is the ANC, is doing A, B, C, D, and E. In reality, you must act in accordance with the Constitution and the law. And then they said, no. I, Mangolel, I block you. What's up? That was John Steenhuisen. It is the reality that we sit with. It is the reality where a member of Parliament refused to assist a juristic person in terms of the obligations imposed by the parliamentary rules. Not only John Steenhuisen blocked me on WhatsApp, it's an issue of Julius Malema. I have contacted his office in accordance with their manifestation as a freely elected representative, through which I have adopted the Constitution in that particular regard. And then, no, it is not. I have went everywhere to enforce this particular simple reality, where to say in the Defence Force, the PESOL system of it operates with false information in it. No, it's fine. We leave the false information. We love false information. It must stay there that Mangolele is in prison for a period not exceeding 5 years. When he dies, his family will come and struggle with us. So, you Mangolele, you know that attitude, and it is painful. But pain is what has gained me this particular responsibility in service and defense of my country and its people. We need to be realistic with corruption. We need to be realistic and serious about eliminating it. We need to be realistic to our parliamentary mandate and obligations that are deriving by our conduct. Our conduct is important to the success of our country and its people. Our conduct as persons and professionals is important to the future of our children. Today, on Tuesday, 10 August 2021, our conduct is important. Methandi Mudise, I have come to you as Speaker of Parliament at the time, requesting Parliament to, in terms of Section 44(4) of the Constitution, act and today, on Tuesday, 10 August 2021, I come to you again as Minister of Defense and ask you to act in accordance with Section 80 of the Defense Act. You must pay my salary. You must end the suffering of my family and my children as a functionary of the state. You must be a true counselor that may do or cause to be done all things which are necessary for the effective defense and protection of the Republic, its territory, and its inhabitants, without derogating from the generality of what I have just said. Methandi Mudise, you may manage, provide, acquire, hire, construct, and maintain defense works, ranges, buildings, training areas, and land required for defense purposes, either singly or in conjunction with other users. Methandi Mudise, after consultation with other interested government departments, manage, provide, acquire, hire, construct, and maintain airfields, air navigation systems, harbors, and harbor facilities for the vehicles, aircraft, and vessels of the Defense Force. Methandi Mudise, you may acquire and maintain arms, ammunition, vehicles, aircraft, vessels, uniforms, stores, and other equipment. You may sell, let, or otherwise dispose of immovable or movable property of the Defense Force which is no longer needed for defense purposes. Authorize the sale or loan of equipment belonging to the Department of the Defense Force of allied countries. Methandi Mudise, you may establish military training institution for purpose of providing training and instruction to members and employees of the department. Methandi Mudise, you may issue directives for the training of any member or employee of the department, subject to an agreement with the owner and such condition, including compensation, as may be stipulated by the National Treasury. Authorize such use of private vehicles, vessels, or aircraft as is necessary for the training of the members of the reserve force or the rendering of service by them. Methandi Mudise, You may establish military museums, monuments, heritage sites, and war graves or cemeteries. And if it is in the best interest of the public, or in the case of an emergency, Metandi Modise, after consultation with the Minister of Finance, you may authorize the conveyance of any person who is not an officer or employee of the state acting in the execution of his or her duty as such, or any goods belonging to such person, by means of any vehicle, aircraft, or vessel belonging to the department. Metandi Modise, you may do or cause to be done that the use of any vehicle, aircraft, vessel, equipment, facility, or any other property belonging to the department by any person who is not an officer or an employee of the state acting in the execution of his or her duties as such. Any authorization contemplated in the above paragraph may be made subject to such conditions as Metandi Modise may determine. Metandi Modise, the family of Sylvester Volane Mangolele is hurting and is in despair as a result of an act or omission under the Defense Act, in which Sylvester Volane Mangolele suffers great loss and damage, irreparable harm to the human dignity and life that is entirely protected in the Bill of Rights. I require urgent payment of my salary. I require a suitable place to live with Inyiko Mangolele and Aluta Songelwa. I require the state to respect, protect, and promote and fulfill my rights enshrined in the Bill of Rights. I am a leader. I am a senior officer. I have indeed called the incumbent President Cyril Ramaphosa to step down. There is no need for any loss of life or any war or any other criminal activity being extended in false pretense to say Mangolele wa hafa, Mangolele wa hafa. Ake hafi, I am 100% sane. The lies that people have been told about me, saying that this person is crazy, this person is not well, and all this thing must come to an end. The videos that you are seeing in this particular state are true to the realities of our country and its people. Our country and its people are suffering irreparable harm. My family suffers irreparable harm. My children are in any event without their father as of current. You will be true to the people of the Republic of South Africa as all organs of state. You will be true to tell the people of the Republic of South Africa that we have aired and have babysitted the egos of General Solishoke and Vice Admiral Samuel Hlongwane for far too long to perpetuate this particular aggravating reality of Sylvester Volane Mangolele as a person. I am a person. I have every right to be in this particular world, as any of you has any other right to be in this world. We are all equal before the law. We are all people. We are all human beings. We are born to love. We are born to be free. And each and every day life goes on. When you go to your house and say, I've ignored Mangolele today, we are Telela, and then having ignored the true reality of the obligations that must be performed diligently and without delay as obligated in terms of Section 237 of the Constitution, what salary are you earning if you are not following the Constitution and the law? Why must you be in office while there are one too many people sitting at home willing and able and far much more qualified to be sitting in offices to fulfill the obligations imposed by the Constitution by the Constitution and the law for the betterment of our country and its people? We must come to the reality. We must have understanding and justice in the Republic. I am true. Section 2012A of the Constitution imposes an obligation that only the President may employ the Defense Force in cooperation with the police service. In a book, Long Walk to Freedom, Nelson Mandela explicitly sets forth that cooperation merely means achieving a common goal. It has been the Defense Force and Police Service achieving my aggravating circumstances. Minister of Justice Ronald Lamola is ignoring me deliberately to protect a syndicate. The Fifth Parliament gave an instruction in terms of the South African Defence Review. I have followed and executed that particular instruction, and its instruction must stand. A deadline must be arrested in critical capabilities through immediate directed interventions. Vice Admiral Samuel Hlongwane is a deadline in critical capabilities. The incumbent President Cyril Ramaphosa is a deadline in critical capabilities. Many other people are a deadline in critical capabilities of state. It is true that I have set forth all these particular realities that are documented on paper, on the videos on Facebook. It is true that I have by proclamation declared the replacement of the terms "let us live and strive for freedom in South Africa, our land," with "let us live and enjoy freedom in the universe, our home." When we hear people singing "let us live and strive for freedom" in the national anthem, you must know that they are subject to oppression of Ramaphosa into slavery. They just did not know. Because it was a song, it's a song. Hey, I know the national anthem, but what does it mean? What exactly does it mean? You did not know that you were asking God, God, let me live and attempt, let me live and struggle, let me live and try, let me live and go all out for freedom. Let me not have freedom. Okay, God? Please, God, oh God, please. And I will make the biggest noise when I tell you exactly what I want. We are not behind. We are here as a nation and the state. My inalienable right to life is regulated in terms of Section 62L of the Defense Act, in which the Minister of Defense and Military Veterans, in the preamble of the Defense Force Service Commission's schedule, it is stated that all soldiers' right to life are entrusted to the nation and the state, and it is correct. When war comes, it is soldiers who stand outside. Just like it is war right now, I am living outside. And people just, they are just caused not to care. No, this one he thinks is clever. And people do not see the actual reality of understanding what one has been up against, which is a system of apartheid, a system of discrimination, a system that has been protected by instilling fear in people. We will take you to jail. You come here, we take you to jail. We will take you to jail. Why are you taking to? Yeah, we don't know, but we will take you to jail. We will take you to jail, just like we took you to jail now for the past 6 months, and nothing will happen. And what? It's not that I am not scared of coming to Simonstown. I am realistic to the fact that the office of Flag Officer Commanding Naval Base Simonstown does not want to take my calls. Yet when I get to call point, they say, no, call the office, make an appointment. When you call the office, make an appointment, the office and an appointment, it does not want to happen. To a point, people start cramming your number and knowing your number. Hey, it's Mangolele. Yo, we're not answering. Yo. Ke Mangolele, don't answer. Yo, ke Mangolele. And then it will ring. And people afterwards, when it stops, they are proud to say, yeah, we have kept another South African on the streets. Yes, we have protected criminal activity by Vice Admiral Samuel Hlongwane and General Solishoke. Yes, we are proud that we did not act in accordance with the Constitution and the law. That is the reality that comes to play. Fellow South Africans, you need to understand the reality at play. You need to understand that it is indeed correct that I am dealing with conduct by Vice Admiral Samuel Hlongwane primarily, and other people. You need to understand that, yes, this is not a small matter. It is true that is a matter of national security. It is true that the office of the Chief of the South African National Defence Force is a critical capability of state. It is true that the office of the President or the Speaker of Parliament or the National Executive Committee or any other organ of state or sphere of government is subject to the Constitution and the law. Let us set aside personalities of saying that a poor person can never say anything. Let us promote the spirit of Ubuntu and the principles of Patopele. Let us redress this particular matter going forward. Let it be true that when my salary is paid into my bank account, the Constitution and the law shall be upheld. Let it be true that when my salary is paid into my bank account, I shall be able to buy my son or children clothes. Let it be true that the Constitution shall be upheld upon action being taken to ensure that I, as a father and a human being and a person, in a citizen, in the volunteer in the Republic of South Africa, am a father who is able to do and who has rights that must be protected. Do not rejoice in the pain of another, where you see that other person going to institutions such as the South African Human Rights Commission, requesting for help, and to this day the South African Human Rights Commission is still scared to approach the truth and ensure that my salary is paid. We are all people. I am people. You are people. You are my people. I am your people. I serve and defend you. You serve and defend me. We are all equal before the law. It is correct that my family is suffering. It is correct that many people are feeling pain when they are thinking of me, because all that they see is a person saying, hey, my salary is not paid, and then those who are employed to pay salaries or act in terms of section 36 and 38 of the Public Finance Management Act are not acting so. It is not my wish to be discussing this particular thing any longer. It is with absolute trust that this particular matter comes to all of you South Africans. Share these particular videos with all other people, with all your friends everywhere. Let them know that the South African National Defence Force is the last line of defense and does not tolerate corruption, criminal activity and misconduct. The South African Defence Force's trajectory is its people. I am the people of the South African National Defence Force. I understand the values and pride and dignity instilled in any soldier. I understand their fundamental right to life to be entrusted to the nation and the state. And I uphold such to be true, that it is an unavoidable reality that when a soldier is recruited, he and his family becomes a part of a larger defense force family, to share as an institution, to share in the anxieties and sometimes the unfortunate outcomes of service, including maiming and death. It is indeed true that I am suffering. It is indeed true that I am a person. It is indeed true that my reputation has been impugned. It is indeed true that the Constitution is the supreme law of the Republic. Law or conduct inconsistent with it is invalid, and the obligations imposed by it must be fulfilled by all people, including the incumbent President Cyril Ramaphosa. When I say President Cyril Ramaphosa step down and then you keep quiet, hey, I'm not going to talk to Mangolele. He say I must step down. He's saying it there, but he's avoiding due legal procedure. And it is not that I have not called you to court. I have called you to court. You are just sitting in a position where you make people believe that the state attorney is there to represent your respective interests, not the interests of all people in the state. Let me make it simple for you to understand this. If I am the state called the state of Mangolele, and I have Mangolele attorney there, do you understand? That particular attorney represents me. If me is equals to more than 60 million people, or everyone in the country that I serve and defend, that is true. It's me. The truth is that somebody must do what I am doing. The truth is that I am the only one who is doing it and can do it. The truth is that today is Tuesday, 10 August 2021. The truth is that I am alive. The truth is that I do have rights that must be respected, protected, promoted, and fulfilled as obligated in terms of the Constitution. That is the truth. The truth is that we cannot be saying we are saving the people of the country while the reality is that we are actually ignoring them during the people in front of everyone. Yo, Mangolele made another video. We are going to ignore it. We are going to ignore it. We are not going to act. We are not. We are not. We are not. No. I am mandated and obligated to serve and defend the country and its people in accordance with the Constitution and the law. The country and its people includes all of you, not only the 400 and so forth people in the parliament that must be dissolved before expiry of its term in terms of section 50 of the Constitution. Section 50 of the Constitution makes an obligation to people entrusted with constitutional duties. I am not wrong in what I am saying. We need to go forward. I refuse to obey a manifestly illegal order such as an order that states that I am imprisoned for a period not exceeding 5 years. I am trying to make a very difficult thing simple to all of you. I am true in my terms. I have cabinet to appoint on an interim basis to facilitate for the transition of the 6th Parliament's dissolution and the birth of the 7th Parliament, which all of you as ordinary South Africans will go into the polls and then vote for your respective representative and respective president within 30 days, and then allow me to step down as president. Let us hold true the supremacy of the Constitution and the rule of law. Let us hold true our oath of office. Let our words have meaning. Let that particular meaning be the meaning that builds and shapes our republic and our democracy to withstand all that may come in attempt to defeat its sovereignty and territorial integrity. I urge all South Africans, I urge all of you to understand this particular reality as a noble point of call that one has taken. I have suffered. Yes, it is indeed correct that there will be damage or lawsuits that may follow, that will definitely follow. That is a separate issue. The issue here is my country and its people. My country and its people need not to suffer anymore. My country and its people need not to be treated as if they are stupid people that cannot see that people are not doing their respective duties in accordance with a national asset of the Republic. Assets are labeled in numbers. For example, Everything has a barcode. Your ID, it's a barcode. Everybody. And that is an asset. Vaseline has got a barcode. Any other item that you buy has got a barcode. It's got its ID. Now, when you come to Defense Force assets, the main important assets of the Defense Force is its people. The main important asset of the Defense Force is its people. The main asset of the Defense Force is its people. It is correct. Without the people, you can have nothing. You will have no machine that you have programmed to do whatever that you have programmed it to do without the people. The well-being of the people are your primary concern. Your primary concern now, my well-being as a person, you've made it your last concern. And yet you say, I'm the Commander-in-Chief of the South African National Defence Force. I stand for the ANC, and then I stand for the country and its people, and then I treat everyone fairly. Treat me fairly and come and answer before me, President Cyril Ramaphosa, and let us address this issue. If I am wrong to be the 6th president, then deal with me in accordance with the Constitution and the law, and then let us settle this particular matter in the interest of our country and its people. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, in its preamble, provides for any person to demand their inalienable rights, to demand their human rights. If you don't trust me, go check it for yourself. The preamble of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. I demand my human rights. And in demanding my human rights, it requires action, and that particular action must be succinct, accurate, absolute, diligent, and precise. First, remove the lie on the DOD PESOL system. Remove the false entry that was made on the DOD PESOL system on the asset called 99004046 MC Lieutenant Commander Mangolele. Remove that part. Then my salary will be paid. It's as simple as that. Then we have issues in relation to understanding who did the crime and then who upheld the crime for it to last for this particular long. That is why the reality is that the incumbent Cyril Ramaphosa must step down. This is not a state capture inquiry. This is not another thing that people have spoken about. Good to know when Umangolele comes, he must not get anything type of a thing. This is a reality. It's constitutional reality. Our people are suffering. I know this to be true because I am suffering. I know this to be true. People are happy and proud to say, no, when Mangolele comes here to court, we are going to chase him away. Those are the people with apartheid in the Western Cape High Court. Judge President Hlophe told them that when Mangolele comes here, don't allow him to enter into the building. He must first ask permission from me, and then when Mangolele goes and then asks permission from the judge president or sends the judge president an email, the judge president does not answer. And what do you keep? We are sustaining corruption. I sustain a corruption. Those who want to come to court report corruption. Man. We are sustaining corruption. When I sustain corruption, we are sustaining corruption. Stop it. You must not sustain corruption in my country and live to be happy about it. Corruption is a criminal offense that is punishable in accordance with the Constitution and the law. Corruption is a team effort for it to exist, and it requires dedication and diligence to end corruption from its roots. As a soldier, I am far much more trained than the South African Police Service. I know far much more better than the South African Police Service. I say that with respect. As a soldier, I am required to solve more complex cases and then bring them to prosecution. As a soldier, I am required to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. As a soldier, I am doing my job. I am not asking permission of anyone to be telling you the honest, absolute truth that you can go for yourself and refer to. And the truth is that is my first line. My first line order. My first. Serve and defend country and its people. If I don't understand that simple reality, then I don't understand my job. If any soldier does not understand what it means to serve and defend the country and its people, then such a soldier does not understand their respective job. And it's a pity that we are sitting with this current reality today. People, they are saying, no, let's deprive him his salary so that he will not fight corruption. Fight corruption, fight, but Mangolele is fighting. We don't want Mangolele. Mangolele, he wants to end corruption, that one. He doesn't want to fight corruption. But fight corruption! Mangolele, keep him away. Don't answer Mangolele. We will disown him and then we will say he's crazy to the people and what. People, it is not right. Ethics. It pains me to see how words have built many nations in the universe. And here at home, words are destroying it. We are operating in reverse. And this reverse is true. I have experienced it. I know it. My life is proof of that. In the Constitution it says, a child's best interests are of paramount importance in every matter concerning the child. the opposite is achieved with my children. No, Mangolele must not be with his children. Mangolele must not feed his children. And it's fine, he can feel pain. It's fine, man. Now we are continuing with corruption. Corruption, we continue with it. We support those Vice Admiral Hlongwane people, and then these people, both General Solishoke, who have done the corruption. We support them. We will pay them big bucks for doing the corruption. We will promote those who want to move people with Kunopkiris in their office. We will promote those who maliciously prosecute Mangolele. Just get rid of this particular Mangolele because he's here to end the slavery that has lasted for hundreds of years. I am true to my call. I am true to my people. I am true to my duty to all of you. I have been everywhere in the Republic and in the universe to a large degree. I have seen the suffering of our people, and I am bringing the reality of a new dawn. It is painful what I have went through, but it's got significance. Pollsmoor is called a place of new beginnings. I'll come to Pollsmoor, a place of new beginnings. That is what it's called. It was in that place of new beginnings where I took over as the 6th President of the Republic of South Africa. And I went to that place of new beginnings as an innocent person. I have suffered as a guilty person and came out as an innocent person whom in I went. But born anew. God is good. You don't know, and you don't know. There will come a time when I will tell you about my time in jail. I am not lying to you. I'm just only now currently focused on the country and its people, and then for you to understand what I'm talking about, and the system that I'm talking about. This particular system needs to be destroyed. It's a system of apartheid. It's a system of that is criminal. It's a system of corruption. It's a system of misconduct and critical capabilities through immediate directed interventions. The 5th Parliament in its entirety will be happy that Lieutenant Commander Sylvester Volane Mangolele heard its call and answered its call to arrest the decline in critical capabilities through immediate directed interventions, create, reorganize and rebalance the defense force as a foundation for future growth, and create a sustainable defense able to meet its current ordered commitments and to respond to strategic commitments to 2034. 2034, the incumbent Cyril Ramaphosa will not be here as president, and I cannot wait for 2034, as I am obliged to act now in accordance with the Constitution and the law. Re Ramaphosa, step down. Act diligently with your conscience and then step down. The 6th President is here, and I need my office at Den Hayes. I need my office at the Union Buildings. I don't need to be seen as if I'm a crazy person coming to my office or coming there to do your picket for my office. You need to call me and say your office is ready. Here it is. That is the reality of the matter. I am true to my oath of office. I am true to my country and its people. I am true to the Constitution and the law. In following instances, I will be performing my constitutional obligations without delay, and then securing our maritime defense to operate in accordance with the Constitution and the law. I will do that on a daily basis and send to them, those who are employed to act in accordance with the Constitution, a guide on how to do the things that must be done. My office will continue to operate. My salary will follow me, because I serve the country and its people. The office of a soldier can be anywhere. It can be in the skies, can be underwater, it can be at sea, it can be in the bush, it can be in the jungle, it can be in the mountain, it can be in prison, it can be anywhere. My office shall continue in service and defense of my country and its people in accordance with the Constitution and the law, and with honor, dignity, courage, and integrity. This same goes to all of you who are employed in service and defense of the country and its people. Many of you have said, you know, when we started taking over this democracy, we should have fired all people in the military. But you did not know how to do it. No, there's no need to fire all people in the military as a result of corrupt leadership. Fire the right people. Fire the corrupt people. Vice Admiral Samuel Hlongwane, you are removed from office as the Chief of the South African Navy, and you are free to approach the National Assembly in terms of Section 56 of the Constitution in your defense. You are an equal person before the law. This applies mutatis mutandis to all who have colluded and acted outside the context of the law for personal gain. Fellow South Africans, the defense force is your defense force. The defense force must serve and defend all people. The defense force cannot allow criminal activity, corruption, and misconduct in our country. We are free, all of us, black and white together. Let there be no oppression of one by another as it was in the past. Do not oppress Sylvester Volane Mangolele and then say, I'm earning a salary. Mangolele did not follow the law, while you see and know it to be true that I am good in following the law, and then I am good in acting in accordance with the Constitution and the law, far much more than many other people sitting in senior positions, reasoning by using ekonopkiri. Fellow South Africans, this South Africa belongs to all of us. People have tried to chase me out of South Africa and say you are a persona non grata, and they have failed. I have defeated those particular people with integrity, courage, dignity, and honor. I have held my cause. As you can see, I am still me. I am a true soldier. I am a true leader. I am a true father. I am a true lover, a true friend, a true colleague, a true comrade in arms. I am Sylvester Volane Madala Mangolele. I am a human being. I am equal before the law. I am your people. Masambeni people. Masiyeni phambili. Masambeni sonke. Ayifambeni bakayena. Ayiyeni emahlweni. Ayifambeni hinkwenu. A re tsamayeng bagaetso. A re yeng ko pele. A re tsamayeng ba botlhe. Let us all go forward. Let us all go forward and do it together. I did not ask for this reality. I did not ask to be a laughing stock when people are drinking and then laughing about me. Unansendetse SMS, I ignorile. What. As a result of this, I did not ask to be ridiculed. I did not ask to be embarrassed in front of my country and its people as a result of abuse of power. I did not ask to be ignored when I'm doing my duty to my country and its people. I did not ask to have gone through what I have gone through. All that I have done was to uphold the supremacy of the Constitution and the rule of law, approach each and every organ of state and every other person in accordance with the Constitution and the law. My email proves all that. The state attorney in Pretoria, the state attorney in Cape Town, the state attorney in Johannesburg has got all the records of all the court orders that you have seen on Facebook. I have been at work and I have been working extremely hard because that's what it takes to act in accordance with the Constitution and the law, to find the truth as I have found it and told you. I was not supposed to know what was in the Department of Defense Force PESOL system. I was not supposed to know that in the Department of Defense PESOL system it is written that my reason for my discharge is in terms of section 105. I was not supposed to know that. That was the design of what these people have done. And then I was not supposed to know that judges have been bribed. The Chief Justice at his office at Midrand, I went just once to say, here is the matter that is supposed to be heard by the Pretoria High Court. Please make sure that it gets to be heard. When I went back the second time, no, Mangolele is dangerous. He must not enter here. He must not enter here at all. You go to the Constitutional Court on 3 occasions. Chief Justice, Hey, there's a misrepresentation in the DOD. Don't come tell us about misrepresentation in the DOD. Runa, we support that misrepresentation, and when in any event, Mangolele, you bear no reasonable prospects of success. Case dismissed. That is what I have seen. It is painful to see judges betraying the law that they are employed to uphold. It is painful to see judges saying it's not urgent for you to be saying that you want to see your child. It is painful for a judge in the South African High Court to be telling a person that, hey Mona, you cannot be taking care of your father because we are protecting the lie that is told about you. We see that the lie is being told about you. We hear when you tell us that no, you are not called for anything, to show cause for anything. They did not call you to say, hey Mangolele, you stole a teaspoon kiye, or you stole this cool drink, or you did this, or you did this. They did not call you. We see that. But dismiss. Dismiss, not urgent. Struck off from the roll. Go away. Any other thing. Hey, my children, my grandmother wants to see my daughter Aluta Songela. No, Mangolele. Dismissed. We were told now you must never go back to the defense force because that is where the money is being eaten, and then we support the people that are eating the money. That would be a judge. Fellow South Africans, all judges that have stood before me must be removed. As a result of incapacity and gross violation of the Constitution and the law and serious misconduct. I cannot, in service and defense of my country, allow such incompetence to continue in public office. The Constitution, in terms of Section 180, provides for national legislation may provide for any matter concerning the administration of justice that is not dealt with in the Constitution, including training programs for judicial officers, procedures for dealing with complaints about judicial officers, and the participation of people other than judicial officers in court decisions. It is true that other matters concerning administration of justice may be done in terms of Section 180 of the Constitution. I ask all of you, fellow South Africans, to understand that the National Director of Public Prosecution must determine, with the concurrence of a cabinet member responsible for the administration of justice, after consulting the Director of Public Prosecution, prosecution policy, which must be observed in the prosecution process. And must issue policy directives which must be observed in the prosecution process, and may intervene in the prosecution process when policy directives are not complied with, and may review a decision to prosecute or not to prosecute after consulting the relevant Director of Public Prosecutions, and after taking representations with a period specified by the National Director of Public Prosecutions for the following: the accused person, the complainant, any other person or party whom the National Director considers to be relevant. And all matters concerning the prosecuting authority must be determined by national legislation. The cabinet member responsible for the administration of justice must exercise final responsibility over the prosecuting authority. Advocate Shamoila Budei, Patoi, it's responsible for national prosecution, and you are directed to act in accordance with the Constitution and the law to institute prosecution against the persons mentioned in this particular video, including the incumbent President Cyril Ramaphosa. The National Prosecuting Authority must investigate the case and life and all the things that Sylvester Volane Mangolele has done in the courts and report to the Republic of South Africa. It is your duty as the National Prosecuting Authority. It is your duty to ensure that whenever a person is charged of treason, as I have charged Vice Admiral Samuel Hlongwane and others for treason, the National Prosecuting Authority must act as obligated in terms of the law. A matter of treason must be heard at the High Court of South Africa, which I'm currently told that I may not enter. And all these particular things must be done in accordance with the Constitution and the law. Fellow South Africans, I apologize profusely to my family and all members of my family for being hurt and for feeling so much pain, for suffering so much as a result of my aggravating circumstances. I am sorry to have caused you pain. I am sorry to be the cause of that particular pain. My conduct to the country and its people has always been in accordance with the Constitution and the law. What I have met is obstructors that are bound to destroy the sovereignty and territorial integrity of our republic for generations to come. I have realized and recognized the importance of the meaning of words and the application of those particular words to a point where I have come to understand what many of you or none of you in the whole past decades and centuries did not understand. None of you as fellow South Africans ever stood and say, actually no, the term strive means to struggle, attempt and try for freedom. Why must we struggle and attempt and try for freedom in South Africa, our land, and teach our children to do same, and they will teach their children to do same? No, let us change this thing. I am changing it. It is only a slave who lives to struggle, strive, attempt or try for freedom in South Africa, our land. Don't get stupid and say, no, but let us live and strive for it's right. No, you have been saying the wrong word. It's true. That is the honest truth that I can only give you. The honest truth. Let us be true to one another. Let us be true to what we say to God. We cannot be asking God to be attempting struggling or striving for freedom in South Africa, our land, while we are free, all of us. I cannot be teaching my children, hey Nico, you must tell God you must tell God that you don't want freedom, okay Nico? You must tell God that you want to struggle for freedom. I cannot teach my child that. I cannot teach my children to tell God that they want to struggle, strive, and attempt for freedom. I refuse. I refuse to teach any child to tell God that they want to struggle, strive, or attempt for freedom in South Africa, their land. They must enjoy the freedom. Let us not be our own enemy. Let us not kill our own young and their young while we see that we are killing them. Correct. I do feel pain to be without my children. Correct. I do want to be with my children. Correct. There are people making sure that I am not with my children through their deeds. Correct. Those particular people must be dealt with in accordance with the Constitution and the law, with all its might. Fellow South Africans, all of us have got the capability and ability to change the world. All of us have got the responsibility and duty to our country and its people. All of us are unique with a unique fingerprint. All of us are equal before the law. Cyril Ramaphosa is equal before the law. And as a person equal before the law, I'm calling you, President Cyril Ramaphosa, to step down as president. And let the people of South Africa vote for their president. I act as a security of the country and its people. It is an action that I am taking. It is an action that people are aware that I am doing. It is an action that you are constantly refusing or ignoring. Such must stop. I ask all of you South Africans to understand the true meaning of the reality of the law. The law, for it to operate, it must be operated by persons. If you want the law to operate in terms of your children, for example, you write to the family advocate, and then the family advocate acts in accordance with the law to ensure that you are with your children. It is as simple as that. And yet for me, after doing that, all that particular things, I'm still denied my child. And being denied my child is being denied the opportunity to father my children accordingly, as a result of this particular lie that is being told on my name. My friends are telling me, hey, when you are even being charged for fraud, my chomi, please tell, let's be honest. If I am charged for fraud, a person will come and tell me, Mangolele, we are charging you for fraud, here's the paper. And 9 out of 10 times I would have taken it out and then shown you, I've been charged for fraud. I will be going to this court to be answering for a case of fraud. People are believing lies about me, and people who were once so close to me. The lies that I did not know anything about, and I am showing you the truth. Section 105, this is what Section 105 is saying. It does not matter what other lie is there. Section 105 it says this. Am I in jail for a period not exceeding 5 years? No, I'm not in jail for a period of 5 years. Yeah, but this one is a chief of the Navy. We believe him more, and then I want him to promote me, and then I will be promoted. If I don't believe him, I will not be promoted. So people are getting promoted at my expense. Good people, the practice of corruption must come to an end in government departments. The only way for that particular practice to come to an end is when we act against such particular practice. To act against such particular practice, it means that we must report it to the relevant authorities, such as the Chief of the South African National Defence Force, Parliament, the Judiciary, or the National Executive accordingly. Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa has blatantly refused to be listening to their complaints about the General Solishoke, whom is the person that he appointed directly in terms of Section 13. I don't want to listen. It's a court matter. Court, Luna, when Mangolele comes there, take him, tell him dismiss, tell him not agent, tell him whatever, tell him drive him crazy. I'm not crazy, good people. I know exactly what I'm doing. Exactly to the T. What I'm doing. When I mean country, I mean country. When I mean its people, I mean its people. Understand the reality that I face. Understand the truth of this particular matter. Understand that I am not a female, I am a male. Understand that particular truth. Fellow South Africans, let us stand up and together enjoy freedom in the universe, our home. I thank you.